All right, so as many of you already know, Donald Trump was indicted a couple days ago in Manhattan. He was indicted on about 30 counts of a bunch of different things. We don't really know yet because the indictment was filed under seal. We don't really know yet what the charges, all of the charges that Donald Trump is being charged with. We don't know exactly what it is yet, but we already know what it's pertaining to. And the conservatives have been having their little meltdown over Trump's indictment, and it has just been glorious. And the first clip we have here is from everybody's favorite Trump Jr.
I was proven even more right than I would have ever imagined because apparently, Soros-backed Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg is actually indicting my father. So,
oh, it's because your father's a criminal and so are you. Boo-hoo, cry about it. But the thing I want to focus on, at least right now, in this clip that we've watched, is where's the George Soros thing come from? I don't get that at all. Like, is it because he's rich and he's donated to, like, Democrat politicians in the past? Like, what is the George Soros thing? Like, I know it's like this the QAnon conspiracy and, George Soros is funding Bill Gates, like, vaccinating children in South Africa. Like, they're, like, test people or something. It's all this crazy shit. Just, like, where are you getting this? Can you show me? George Soros has backed District Attorney Alvin Bragg in Manhattan. Can you show that to me? It's just so dumb.
let's be clear, folks.
Okay.
This is
Let's be clear.
like communist level shit. This is stuff that would.
I thought the conservatives didn't like cussing. I get so many comments in my videos when I cuss. People say, you sound like you should clean up your language, son. Clean up your language. Donald Trump Jr., you're the son of the president. I expect you not to have a dirty fucking mouth. You just said shit. That is inappropriate.
Make Mao, Stalin, Pol Pot, it would make them blush. It's so flagrant. It's so crazed. When even like the...
Did he just compare the district attorney in Manhattan, Alvin Bragg, to Mao Zedong? Is that what he just did? And Joseph Stalin? This is the type of shit that if I was Alvin Bragg, I would try to sue Donald Trump Jr. for every fucking penny that he has, because this is literally just slander. Defamation, 100,000,000%. You're comparing them to people that murdered millions, okay? Stalin? That is insane. I would sue the fucking shit off of Donald Trump Jr. Like, I know we have free speech, but that is just defamation. This is his own podcast, him saying this. I think he should be held liable for this. That is crazy. That is insane as fuck. I don't even think he knows who those people really are.
Radical leftists of the Washington Post are out there saying...
Also, why does he slur his words so much? Is he drunk? Is he high? I'm gonna be honest. I love to smoke some weed and I love to drink, but he's slurring. He's like what's going on? Can you not be sober to do one episode of your podcast? This is only a 55-second clip. Can you not be sober for 55 seconds, Trump Jr.? Can you not be not high on the cocaine just to get it out so I can understand it?
Based on facts. It's not really based on the law. It's not really based in reality, but it's 100% based on politics. When your enemies are saying that, it's got to tell you everything you need to know right now about where we are as a country.
I don't. A lot of people be like, this is a political thing, but Donald Trump's a politician. They say it's politically motivated, it's politically driven. No, it's not. Okay? He's doing his job, and this is something, I don't have this pulled up right now, but you guys can go and look it up for yourselves. Actually, you know what? I'll pull it up. Nobody is talking about the fact that Alvin Bragg, the district attorney that is heading up the criminal probe in Manhattan, that Trump got indicted in, nobody wants to talk about the fact that he almost did not want to even do any of this. Two prosecutors that were on this case resigned from the case because they thought that Alvin Bragg was not doing his job and not doing a good enough job on this criminal probe of Trump. Okay? This is something that the conservatives just they don't talk about. No one wants to talk about this. Even the left. The left doesn't even really talk about it. They don't talk about this. Donald Trump prosecution. I know I'm using Wikipedia, but the sources here are like I could pull up the sources, but it's going to take me too long because my computer's really slow. Two of the people, Carrie Dunn and Mark Pomerantz, who has talked to the media about this case extensively. They were two lead prosecutors on the investigation into Donald Trump. They resigned abruptly after Bragg indicated to them that he had doubts about moving forward with the case against Mr. Trump. In his letter of resignation, Pomerantz, who was one of the prosecutors who resigned, wrote that the team that has been investigating Mr. Trump harbors no doubt about whether he committed crimes, including falsifying business records, and that it was a grave failure of justice not to pursue criminal charges. Okay? So these people can say whatever they want. It's politically motivated. It's not politically motivated in any way, shape, or form. In fact, Alvin Bragg almost didn't even head this case up. This almost didn't even happen. But you're not going to hear that from Trump Jr. or Donald Trump himself or any other Republican politicians for that matter. But the next clip we have here is Mike Pence, everybody's favorite election non-denier, I guess you could say, talking about Trump indictment. Let's listen.
I think the unprecedented indictment of a former president of the United States for a campaign finance issue is an outrage.
So again, we don't know all of the charges that Trump is being charged with because, again, it was filed under seal, so the public doesn't know yet. But to say that it's a campaign finance issue, I would say is an extremely charitable and also extremely incorrect assessment of what's going on. It's not a campaign finance issue, okay? A campaign finance issue, one of the things that they were looking at is if Trump used campaign funds to pay off Stormy Daniels, and he made payments to Cohen, and then Cohen paid Stormy Daniels. That's what happened. We know that that's what happened because Michael Cohen has already testified and went to prison, and this is what happened. So it's not a campaign finance issue. It's Donald Trump potentially doing something that is literally not allowed and not legal. And you guys know, if a Democrat had done this, the Republicans would be all over their fucking asses about it all the time, and they would never drop that shit. Guarantee. So it's not a campaign finance issue. That's just such a blatantly ill-informed thing to say, especially when you're in front of a crowd. Come the fuck on. Mike Pence has had so many chances to get on the right side of history, and he has just constantly, time and time again, chosen to just be a fucking coward.
And I think it's clear to the overwhelming majority of the American people that this is nothing short of a political prosecution.
No, it's not. I'm an American. I've been in America my whole life. I've lived here my whole life. I don't think that this has anything to do with politics, aside from the fact that Donald Trump was a former president. He is a politician, okay? The majority of Americans, my ass, okay? And there have actually been polls they've been taking that say that, the majority of Americans actually do feel like these investigations are warranted, okay? And you guys can look that up too. This isn't a hard thing. He's just lying about it.
Every American deserves equal treatment under the law.
I agree with that. Every American deserves equal treatment under the law. That's great. He said something I agree with. So if we're going to live by that, then Donald Trump, again, needs to be prosecuted for potential criminal activity that he may or may not have committed, okay? Or may not have. I didn't mean to say that part.
And I believe the American people will see this for what it is.
What does that mean? He believes the American people will see it for what it is. For what, a political prosecution? Is that what he means? I am seeing it for what it is, and I even, back when I was in high school, would talk about how specifically the Stormy Daniels thing is one of the things, I don't know why, maybe it's just this personal thing I have, but the Stormy Daniels thing has always been one of the things that just fucking just rubs me the wrong way when it comes to Trump. That's one things that I cannot move past that. I just can't. He's supposed to be the he was supposed to be the wake up call for America, God's chosen leader. All of the Christian people that I talked to, even people I went to a Christian school. Everyone in my school said Trump is this, Trump is that, Trump's the greatest. No, he's not. You don't have sex with a stripper when you're married, have an affair with a pornographic actress, and then make her sign an NDA to keep her mouth shut if you're any type of decent person, okay? That's just, it's, when you say it out loud, it's insane. Is it not? I think it is.
But the key, I think, for conservatives going forward, the key for leaders in our party going forward, is not to be preoccupied on these issues, but to continue to focus on the real challenges facing the American people at home and abroad, and ensure that we elect leadership that'll turn this country back to common sense conservative principles in 2024.
Yeah, common sense conservative principles include not passing any type of gun legislation that would allow children to not die in schools. But Mike Pence, everybody, with the amazing take on conservatives moving forward. Love it, love it, love it. So the next one is not a clip. This one is just a post that Ivanka Trump made on her Instagram story. I don't actually know. I don't really use social media that much. She says, "I love my father and I love my country. Today I am paying for both. I appreciate the voices across the political spectrum expressing support and concern." And as far as I know, this is the only comment Ivanka's made. And just not really a whole lot I can say about it. You know, it was out like a couple days ago. Like, there were these articles that the media was running that, like, Ivanka said that, you know, she didn't want to deal with Trump or any part of his businesses or his name really at all anymore. So, you know, I don't even think this is genuine from her, in all honesty, at least from what I've been reading. But I don't know if that stuff that I was reading is true. So just a short little Ivanka one there. Now, we have Jesse Waters. I've made a couple videos on Jesse Waters. He's it really seems like, at least for a little bit there, I don't know so much now, that he was Fox's golden boy, not Tucker Carlson, but it just seems like he was just rising through the ranks at Fox, and now he's kind of staggered a little bit. He's still doing everything that he's been doing, but, you know, I thought that they were going to throw his ass in the primetime lineup, and they never did. But here's Jesse Waters.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and I feel bad for the guy.
So Jesse Waters said that it's the stupidest thing he's ever seen. And I guess Jesse Waters has never once, ever looked in the mirror a day in his life, because if he did, then, you know, I think that he would change his opinion on the stupidest thing he's ever seen. But let's see what else Jesse Waters has to say on the indictment.
Trey, did Democrats just indict a former president over sex?
Did they indict former President Trump over sex? Was it because he had sex? Are they're trying to lock Donald Trump up for having sex? Is this correct? Like, this is just proof. This is proof that you can't take Fox News seriously, okay? It's a joke. It's literally a joke. That sounds like a joke I would hear if I went to, like, some local comedy club. There's not really hardly any comedy clubs around me except for, like, one. And I was listening to, like, some random person stand up, and they were talking about this. It's like, what are you saying? What the fuck are you saying?
Because we were told during the 90s that it was just sex, and it was just a private deal, and it had nothing to do with politics and nothing to do with policy. Weren't we told that? And
I mean, Bill Clinton was impeached for an affair that he had with his, I don't know, I can't even remember, press secretary Monica Lewinsky. I don't even remember what she was. I probably should have read up on it before I started making this video, but I don't know.
You have to understand, he says he didn't have sex with this woman. She had her hand out saying, "Hey, I'm not going to say anything unless you pay me."
Wait, what? I'm sorry, I have to rewind it.
With politics and nothing to do with policy. Weren't we told that? And you have to understand, he says he didn't have sex with this woman.
Why would Trump make Stormy Daniels sign an NDA if they didn't have sex? What's the NDA for? Don't tell people we didn't have sex? Okay. Glad we're on the same page now.
She had her hand out saying, "Hey, I'm not going to say anything unless you pay me." So either it's a consensual sexual encounter or it's a shakedown. And
My brain is literally fucking melting. He's missing the point that it was an affair. That's the whole point that he's missing. Jesse Waters is failing to tell, apparently, all of the Fox News audience that this was an alleged affair. It wasn't just sex. It was an affair. Okay? I don't know if Jesse Waters knows what that is, but it was an affair, Jesse. It was not just sex. This is... If they had clown costumes on, I would probably actually enjoy watching this. Because they're clowns.
Democrats want to make that a felony? Trey.
No. I mean, I know that they're doing it. I know that Fox News knows their audience, and I know they're saying it for, the shock factor or whatever, but, he's only focused on the sex part. Jesse Waters, who has said some very problematic things about women in the past, slash their tires so you have to give them a ride home. He did say that. He's just only focused on the sex part, which is so incredibly weird to me, because he's not talking about any of the campaign money. He's not talking about the payment itself. He's not talking about Trump and Michael Cohen and Rudy Giuliani all kind of lying about it. He's not talking about any of that. He's not talking about all of the other counts that Trump was indicted with, when, again, we don't really know, but I don't think that Donald Trump got indicted on 30 different counts of having sex. I don't think you can indict people grown to adults for just having sex. That's not how it works, but according to Jesse Waters, that is how it works. And we only have one more clip left. This one's of Charlie Kirk, and I watched this one before I got on. I had to, because sometimes Charlie says some stuff that I don't know if I can honestly post on YouTube, because I've gotten in trouble for posting certain stuff on YouTube before. But it's just a short 30-second clip. But the first thing I want to say, and it doesn't have anything to do with the content in this clip. I guess it kind of does, though, in a way. I just think it is the goofiest shit ever for you to have a dress clothes on, like a button-down shirt and a tie, and then you throw a fucking baseball cap on. I know I wear hats. I wear hats in all my videos. I don't. There's nothing wrong with wearing a hat. It's just, I think it's, and this is completely pointless. It's just my personal opinion, but it just looks so dumb when people have baseball caps on, and you have like almost a suit on. Like, it just looks like you're like a little kid, and your mom made you dress up, but you still want to wear your hat. That's what it reminds me of, and that's what I think of every time I see Trump at a rally wearing a suit and he's got his hat on. It just looks goofy.
Some of you say, well, Charlie, there's nothing these Republicans can do. They control the DOJ, FBI. No, you're wrong. This was a local DA that indicted Trump. We have thousands of Republican sheriffs, local DAs, and we have well over 25 Republican AGs. Mm-hmm. So this is not even about forget the federal government, because guess what? They just indicted Trump in a local area. So the equivalent is this. Okay, you indict Donald Trump in Manhattan. We indict Bill Clinton in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Figure it out.
I thought that the conservatives, I mean, we saw clips. I thought that the conservatives were against the weaponization of criminal prosecutions. And then Charlie Kirk is on his show literally saying, well, if you indict Trump, we're going to indict the Democrats. And I made a video of him saying something very similar a few days ago. And it's like, I thought that y'all were against doing this. I thought that you guys were against weaponizing, again, your political power for political gain. It doesn't make sense. What are you saying? I thought that y'all were anti what you just said, Charlie. He literally just said, you did it to me, I'm going to do it to you. That's the conservatives' whole platform, really, especially when it comes to this. They don't even have anything to stand on. The Democrats' defense or response to this indictment is nobody's above the law. That's what they've been saying. That's what Chuck Schumer said. That's what Pelosi said. That's what the Democrats are saying. They're saying no one's above the law. And the conservatives' response to a Trump indictment is it's communism. We're going to indict the Democrats because you indicted Trump. It's based solely on politics. Trump's a Republican. Alvin Bragg's a Democrat, so he must be out to get him. It's just all of this crazy-ass, wild, off-the-wall, bonkers shit that they say about it. And it's like, we're not dumb. We're not stupid. Some Americans are very dumb and very stupid, okay? But it's like, I don't understand how people can sit here and believe this shit. I really don't. It makes me want to kind of throw up when I listen to Charlie Kirk talk. But that's going to be it for the video. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, press the little bell, turn on notifications so you guys don't miss an upload.